warmed up, take your feet to a wide position, take the foam roller between each hand, sweep the foam roller to the right, lift overhead, sweep it to the left, and then bend your knees and curve the spine. So you're gonna round your spine as you come through. So you sweep right, lift, left, circle through, right, lift, left, circle through, right, lift, left, circle through, lift overhead and change direction. Big circle. So what you're trying to do is get some blood flow to the waistline, the back, the shoulders, the hips, the quads, the knees, basically the core. The core runs from the shoulders down to the knees, all those muscles in between. And one more circle. And reach the foam roller directly in front of your chest. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Push your hips forward, or push your hips back and the arms forward. So you're in a squat position. After the squat, drop the right hand, lunge back right. Step together, push hips back. Drop the left hand, lunge back left. And push hips back, drop, lunge. 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 Now bring the foam roller on top of your quads and then place the side of the hand with the pinky on top. You're gonna push your hips back and roll the foam roller down your forearms. Press into the foam roller to stand. Push hips back. Press to stand. Push hips back. Press to stand. Push hips back. Allowing that foam roller to slide down the legs and back up. Balancing it between arms and legs. Push back. One more. Now take that foam roller between both hands. Reach the foam roller in front of your chest. Lengthen the right leg forward. Lift the right leg, drop the roller to the leg. Lift. So it looks like this from the side. That's lower tummy. Lifting and lowering that leg. Two more. One more. Switch sides. Lift. Lift. So you're beginning to involve that lower tummy, transverse abdominis. Let's do one more. And lower the foam roller. We're going to come down to the floor, or if you have a mat, you can come down to your mat. Take the foam roller, bring it overhead. I'm going to twist so you can see that I'm going to lean back. As soon as I lean back, I C-curve my spine and I pull my belly button in tight. And I keep that foam roller overhead. Now I'm going to drop the foam roller to the right. Lift. As soon as I lift, I'm going to lift my legs and lower. Drop it to the left. Lift overhead. Lift toes, lower toes. Drop right. Lift overhead. Lift toes, lower toes. Drop left. Lift overhead. Lift toes, lower toes. Let's do two more. One to the right. Lift toes, lower toes. Drop left. Lift overhead. Lift toes, lower toes. Bring the foam roller down to the ground. And you're going to be seated on it. So now we're on that unstable surface. We're going to take our hands behind our back, place them on the floor. Your hands are extra points of contact. Hips on that unstable surface. Try to stabilize. Walk your feet a little further. Lift the right toe. Set it down. Lift the left toe. Pull tummies in towards your spine. Lift right. Lift left. You can keep doing single legs or you can do double legs. Lifting up to boat position. Lift and lower. Lift and hold. Let's disconnect one of the hands, one of the points of contact. Reach diagonal. Set the hand down. Other hand. Set it down. Reach. Reach. Two more. One more. And set your feet down. And now we're going to be leaning back onto our elbows. So you're going to rock back a little deeper. We're still balancing those hips on the foam roller, but now it's a little bit more lower back. Now squeeze your legs together so that you're working them together as one unit. You can hold the ends of your foam roller in your hands and then disconnect your feet. Now drop your knees to the right, lengthen the legs, bend the knees, come center, drop left. Lengthen, bend, center, drop right. Lengthen, bend, center, drop left. Lengthen, bend. Let's do one more each direction. And last one. And center, and then sit tall. Okay, now we're going to have the foam roller behind our lower back. Lengthen legs. There's something called the Pilates roll-up where we roll all the way down to the floor and roll all the way back up. This is going to be like a half Pilates roll-up. So place your hands gently behind the head. That opens up the chest. Begin to C-curve the spine. Lean back. Put your body weight into that foam roller and then rebound back up. And then fold forward. Pull tummies in so tight that it pulls us back down to the foam roller. Down and then lift back up. Fold forward. Pull tummies in. Let it roll you down to the foam roller. Come right back up. Forward fold, and then one more. Drop down, get to that sticky spot, come right back up. That's a functional move, being able to get in and out of bed throughout our lives, in and out of a bathtub. So we want that motion. Now, bring the foam roller a little further behind you. And then lean into it. You want the very tip or the bottom part of your shoulder blades connected to the foam roller. Now drop the torso over the roller and crunch up. Drop, crunch up. Drop down, crunch up. Pull those tummies in, drop down. Okay, we're gonna add on. Drop down, we're gonna pull the left elbow to the right knee, like a crisscross. Switch sides. Left elbow, right knee, right elbow, left knee, drop center and twist, drop center. This works more obliques as we lift into that twist. And we have one more and lower down. Okay, bring your legs to a pretzel position and then place your hands on the foam roller behind your back. Begin to lift your hips, pressing into the foam roller, drop the hips. Press to lift. Lower the hips. Press arms to lift. Getting body weight over those arms that are on that foam roller. Okay, we have one dominant side, the side that you feel more comfortable in, but we're gonna switch because we always want to work both sides equal. Press into the foam roller, lift those hips, lower the hips. Press to lift, lower. Press to lift, lower. One more. Okay, we're going to go to a tabletop. So bring your feet in front of you, your hands on the foam roller, and then lift those hips all the way up to tabletop. Drop the hips halfway. Lift, keep the arms straight, feet planted. Drop, lift. Drop, lift, kick. Drop, lift, kick. Drop, lift, kick. One more. Drop, lift, kick. Lower those hips. Okay, going to tabletop now with the foam roller under the feet. Hands on the floor behind you, and then put all of that weight into your feet. Lift up to tabletop. Just balance. You're going to notice all those little wiggles, that's strengthening those deep intrinsic muscles. Now drop halfway, lift. Drop the hips, lift. Drop the hips, lift. One more. Lower down. Okay, taking the foam roller on top of the knees. And we are going to lay down. Bringing the outside of your hand connected to the foam roller on both sides, palms facing each other. Disconnect your feet, 90-degree angle under the feet. Now disconnect the right leg, lengthen, bend, switch sides, left leg, bend, right leg, bend, left leg, bend, lengthen. One more, keep those lower backs pulling down, tummies pulling in, set your feet down, take the foam roller, close to your hips. Place your feet on top. Bring your hands down by your hips. Bridge your hips up. Now drop your hips halfway and lift. Drop, lift. Drop, lift. Drop, lift, hold high. Lengthen the right leg towards the ceiling. Flex the foot. Lower the leg. Point the toe, lift. Keep those hips lifted. Flex, lower, point, lift. Flex, lower, point, lift. Flex, lower, point, lift. Set that foot down. Lengthen the left leg. Flex, lower, point, lift. Flex, lower, point, lift. Flex, lower, point, lift. Flex, lower, point, lift. Set the foot on the foam roller. Lower the hips. Bring hands behind the head. Crunch forward. Lower down. Keep the feet on top of that foam roller. Crunch up and lower. Crunch up and lower. Crunch up, lift and twist. Lift and twist. Another variation to the crisscross. Lift and twist. One more. Lift and twist. Okay, we're going to add a bridge. So we're going to bridge up, down, lift, and twist. So putting the two moves together. Bridge up, down, lift, and twist. Bridge up, down, lift, and twist. One more. Bridge up, down, lift, and twist. Bring hands down by your hips. Place your feet on top of the roller. Squeeze your legs together. Roll out like a leg push. Keep your lower backs down. Pull back in. Roll out. Okay, now put your tippy toes on top like you're wearing a really tall pair of stiletto shoes. Roll out. Pull in. One more. Roll out. Small change. Open the knees to roll out. Squeeze together to roll in. Open. Squeeze to roll in. Reverse direction. Squeeze to lengthen. Open to pull in. Squeeze to lengthen. Open to pull in. Place your feet back on top of that foam roller. Bridge those hips up. Going back up to the bridge. Single leg corkscrew. Lengthen the right leg to the ceiling. Little tiny circle inward. A little bigger. A little bigger. As big as you can. Stop at the top. Other direction. Outward circle. A little bigger. A little bigger. Go as big as you can. Set that foot down. Lower the hips. Bridge those hips up. Lengthen the left leg. Little tiny inward circle. A little bigger. A little bigger. As big as you can. Stop at the top. Outward circle. Small. A little bigger. A little bigger. And as big as you can. Stop at the top. Set the foot down. Lower the hips. Okay, pull your knees into your chest. Rock yourself up to be seated. We're going to go into some side work. So go ahead and have that foam roller off to the side. Bottom knee bent. Top hand at your waistline. Slide the foam roller away from you. Kick the top leg. Press to pull in. Kick out. Press to pull in. Kick out. Press to pull in. Kick out. Press to pull in. Now bring your forearm on top of the foam roller. Top hand at your waistline. Bottom knee stays bent. Top leg straight. Sweep the leg back. Bend the knee. Lengthen forward. Sweep back. Bend. Lengthen. Sweep back. Bend. Lengthen. Sweep back. Bend. Lengthen. Now lengthen both legs out to a front. So it's like a V position in the body. Bring this elbow to the other side of the foam roller, and your top hand is now on the foam roller. This arm you've got to kickstand open, because we're going to be lifting up onto the hand and lowering to the elbow. Top leg, toe to knee. So we're going to press up, kick, lower down. Press up to the hand, kick, lower down. Press up to the hand, kick, lower down. Press up, kick, lower down, bend both knees. This time the lower arm is going to be on the foam roller. Lift those hips. Now lift the top leg and reach the top arm towards the sky. Little circle. Circle. Circle front. And reverse the direction of that circle. 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 circle, lower the hips. Okay, before we come to the other side, place both hands on the foam roller. Hands in knees position, tuck your toes, engage abdominals, lift the knees to hover, lower down. Press into the foam roller, lift the knees to hover, lower down. Press to lift, lower down. One more, press to lift, and bring your elbows down to the foam roller. Right leg, press up, drop, press, lower, press, lower, press, lower, hold high, and pulse, 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 pulse. Lift higher, 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 higher for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, switch sides. Left leg up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Hold high and pulse, 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 pulse. Lift, 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 lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Quick break. Go to child's pose. Roll that foam roller in. Bring your shins on top of the foam roller. And hands under shoulders. Lengthen those legs out. Pull in. Lengthen, pull in. Lengthen, pull in. Lengthen, pull in. Get the center of your shin on top. Lengthen the right leg back. Right leg drops and lifts. Drop, lift. Drop, lift. One more. Bend that knee, set that shin, the center of the shin on the foam roller. Lengthen the left leg back. Drop, lift. Drop, lift. Drop, lift. One more. And roll off that foam roller. Coming to our other side. We begin with this bottom arm on the foam roller. And top hand at waistline. Roll out, lengthen, pull in. Roll out, kick, pull in. Roll out, kick, pull in. Roll out, kick, pull in. Now we bring that lower portion of the arm across the foam roller. Top hand at the waistline. Bottom leg straight. Top knee bent. Let's see, bottom knee needs to be bent. Sorry, I apologize about that. We actually start with the lengthen, swing back, bend, reach through. Lengthen, kick back, bend, reach through. Sweep back, and sweep back. And now we lengthen both legs. We bring the top arm over the side of the foam roller. Legs in a front V position. And then the bottom hand is on the foam roller. This arm needs to kickstand open so that we can lift up onto the hand. Top knee bent. Here we go. Lift up, kick. Lower, lift up, kick. Lower, lift up, kick. Lower, lift up, kick. Lower, bend both knees. Bottom hand on the foam roller. Lift hips. Top hand to the ceiling. Top leg out to the side, lift the top leg, circle. Circle front. Circle front. Now circle back. Circle back. Circle back. One more circle. Bend both knees. Bring both hands on top of the foam roller. Push hips back. Rest position. Now let me show you just a few ways that you can roll out some of your muscles. You want to use your body weight. Let's start with the gluteals. So you want to get your hips on top of that foam roller, your hand behind. Using bent knees, you can roll forward and back. Rolling out those hips and glutes, you can bring it more side or more center, and then switch sides. Use your body weight to press into that foam roller. Now bring your hamstrings on, roll back and roll forward, roll back and forward, pull back and Put the foam roller under the calves, lift your hips, roll forward and back, going all the way down your calves. You can open the legs, you can close the legs, just targeting those calves at different angles. And then let's do some quadriceps. So you want the foam roller in front of the legs, get those quadriceps on top, roll forward, roll back, massaging those muscles. You can do this along the side of your body and just roll that outer leg. You want to be really careful around the torso. You don't want to foam roll in the abdominal area.